Look, it's A Trader with A Live Trading Show, market open to market close. A Trader is going to A Trader Cave to make professional profits while having fun all day. Come join them, and welcome to A Trader Show, a live trading experience.
I'm A Trader. Welcome to my Trader Cave. I have a little bit of light in here today, getting some sunshine, some vitamin C. Talking about pivot points. Pivot points are a great tool in our tool belts. When you're playing with pivot points, you're playing in a professional, technical way. There's a lot of professionals who use pivot points to make trades, and you'll see how they use them through this slide. Once again, this is just one of the tools in the tool belt. As I show you what a pivot point is, eventually through these slides, I'm going to show you how to put everything together and make it a powerful tool, not just a tool. Here's the calculation. If you're one of those people who want to calculate their own pivot points, you're welcome to do so. This calculation, really, it's simplistic. It's addition, multiplication, and subtraction. There's really not much else. A little bit of division every now and then, but the calculations are easy, okay? Easy math. Don't think if you're going, you know the calculation, you're the biggest genius that ever happened. Yeah, things get calculated, but you can always just pull it off your software and it'll calculate it for you. If you've never seen a pivot point before, these arrows point to what a pivot point is. Pivot points are widely used around the market. Once again, they're as common on the floor as they are at home. They show a pivot, a support, and a resistance levels. The support and resistance change per location of the price through a time frame. And I'll explain that to you. Here's our chart. When we're looking at our chart, we want to know why, or we want to see why, the prices are hitting here, 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 and here. Why are they stopping? Why aren't they going farther? Let's take these lines out completely, and you're just looking at it, and you're wondering as to these price levels seem to be bouncing off very near price points. Well, when you put the pivots in, it makes more sense. And let me show that to you. It's giving us support. That is our support line. When you're looking at a support line, you're looking at those prices to bounce off it. You're waiting for it. When you're technically trading, you want to notice this one and this one as possibilities, but you kind of want that reassurance. You're looking for the reassurance. This one gives us a great reassurance. There's other technical tools here that are showing us a good trade, and I'm going to show how these technical tools are coming together, but that comes in a different slide. This slide is just about pivot points. Makes it easier. But anyway, so we see 1, 2, and then this is our third. Or we could, third. This is our third. Depending on how long you've been watching the stock for, and we've only had this one up. I believe that this is a day chart, but this is an hourly chart. But when you're going back further into it, how many times did it hit the pivot points, you're going to be able to have that freedom. And when you watch me trade out live, I'll have the freedom to show you. But for now, we're going to say that it's been 3 hits here. And we see a nice in. We then go here and we see another hit. We don't know what's happening afterwards, but that could be a nice in as well, depending on the indicators. You'll see it go up to from an S1 to an S2, and you'll see it play around with this level. That level is our resistance level. So, as it ping-pongs, let me get my little cursor out. As it ping-pongs back and forth, we're seeing it go from support to resistance, from support to resistance. We see a little break here, a minor break here, but it's not a full break. You'll notice that it's not a full stick above the resistance, so that's not a full break. We see it come out, the prices go above it a little bit, but back down to support line, And back up, we see our first full break here, which is giving us a small indicator, a possibility of another support line. And you'll see how that played out. Let me explain it. Here's our small possibility of a support line. That possibility came in again here, and came in again here, and played a little bit out on this hammer. That's our possibility of a support line. It was truly technically a support line, but it wasn't as strong. See how strong our S3 is? Yes, it stops here. Yes, it stops here, here, and here. So we're noticing that this S3 is a stronger support line than would be this S1, even though the S1 was played off of as support. So we get our break, but then we're back down. So we're back to our original support and resistance, but we break again. Once we get that break, when I use the animation, it makes my voice scuffled for some reason. So I have to not talk while the animation's happening. So when the break comes through this line and through here, we notice that our R1 is now support and our R2 is now resistance because it broke through, giving us real nice support here, back and forth, ping pong. This is now a strong resistance line. This here is now a strong resistance line because it's stopping here for sure. It's stopping hard. It had moved hard up and it stopped hard. So that's our nice resistance line. Our support line may be a little weak, but it's still support. Back and forth, ping-ponging, but you'll notice that it had gone down to that line, to our other soft support line, and hit and stayed. Soft support, soft support, soft support. Didn't fully make it. Back up, didn't get through the R1, which is now resistance here. When it's not breaking through, that is now a resistance line. And it comes back down, and we see our play on our bottom support line. So you'll notice that support and resistance changes based on our price in correlation with our points. Resistance up, support on the bottom, back down, playing off tiny support for a little bit, seeing this hammer, but a nice strong down, making our support even stronger. When you're playing indicators, you want to take history into the future. How strong is it going to play? It needs to be in your mind. We see that this plays hits, hits, hits. This is going to be a strong support. There's a couple other indicators once again telling us another reason why, but if you're playing just pivot points for some reason, this would be our good in with a proper risk-reward ratio. In conclusion, the pivot can become support or resistance depending what size of price is on. Pivot points are widely used from at-home traders to floor traders. Used with the other indicators. I like to see a full enhancement to tell if we may have broke support or resistance levels. Once you've fully got your full enhancements of a break, the moves are usually stronger. There's Dow theory within that. There's scientific. It's not magic is what I'm really trying to say here. It's not magic. It's not wizardry. You're playing with mathematics. You're playing a bit with psychology. Technical trading is wonderful because it combines the movements of the markets with mathematics and that psychological connection. It's really cool. Technicals are really neat. The neatest way to play out. The S3 is our last level of support when it does become support. So when it breaks an S3, either when it does become support when it breaks an S3, it's going to break pretty hard. So you want to find another bottom support. Your risk-reward ratio may be based off that, or it could be based off other things, but you want to find out where another support might be. To connect that, let's say, for example, this conversation, maybe the moving 200. Come see my show. I'm on livestream.com/The Live Trader. It's a lot of fun. We have a good time on the show. Watch me trade out live. These indicators, I can trade these out live all day. Love them. You'll learn more. I'm giving you just the basics on what I know. Come see the show, and I'm going to give you the meat and potatoes. You can get out there and trade on your own. That's the goal.